We treated the mitigation of global warming as a problem in engineering and physical science. Up until then, the people who have been dealing with it were primarily economists and politicians. And for the first time, we began to say, well, wait a minute. Even if we pass these laws, how would we ever get to the real problem?
Power consumption today is 12 terawatts, 85% fossil fueled. By 2050, the world will need 30 terawatts from a source 3 times as clean as today's power.
40% of all the people on this planet are not connected to any grid. What's going to be their power source? None of the existing alternate energy studies at their present state of development was technologically ready to provide the power that we're going to need.
Solar power and wind are intermittent, too expensive to collect, store, and distribute. Biomass is limited. Photosynthesis has very low efficiency, 1 to 2%. To get 10 terawatts from biomass would require 10% of our total land surface, an amount equal to all present agriculture. Getting 10 terawatts from solar cells would require an array of 220,000 square kilometers. Renewables suffer from low density. They aren't where you need them in concentration.
If we just keep doing what we're doing, the lights go out in a few hundred years.
With regard to the energy used by those 11 billion people 90 years from now, there are some options. Option A says the number of people who have energy stays about the same and grows proportionately. The number of people who have nothing stays the same and grows proportionately, and so on. In that case, the world will need on the order of 180,000 billion kilowatt hours. And option C is everybody becomes successful, in which case it needs to be more than, I'm not even going to try to say that number, a stupendously large amount of energy. We have now reached the era of hypermodular satellite architecture. This approach is derived from nature. It is biomimetic. A large number of very simple intellects which cooperate to accomplish quite sophisticated ends. What you have is some 8 building blocks, rather like Legos, which are mass-produced to form a variety of different space solar power systems. A single solar power satellite is no longer going to be comprised of 4 or 5 unique systems, each one thousands of tons in mass. Rather, it's going to be comprised of 1 million small sats. Each one is 1 to 5 kilograms in mass, and they cooperate just like the swarm of ants or the swarm of bees to accomplish the functions of the space solar power program.